Hello everyone, Bindu Trika, Assistant Professor, IMS Ghaziabad. Today we would be discussing about flowcharts. Flowcharts are the diagrammatic representation or graphical representation of any algorithm. Now, graphical representation means we have symbols for certain tasks. For example, we have an oval symbol for start and stop. We have a rectangular symbol for the statements. We have a parallelogram for input and output operations. So we have symbols for various operations, and a flowchart represents the sequence of operation in an information system or a program. In information system flowcharts, uh, we show how data flows from source document to the final users. And in program flowchart, we show the sequence of instructions in a single program or subroutine. That means how we would start and how we would move from top to bottom in order to solve the particular problem. And there are different symbols which are used to draw different types of elements basically. So flowchart shows the logic of an algorithm. It emphasizes on the individual steps and their interconnections, and it controls the flow of action from one step to the other. Now these are the symbols that we generally use in a flowchart. We have a start and end symbol indicated by an oval. We have arrow to show flow of control. We have parallelogram for input output statements. We have a rectangle for a single step execution, and we have a rhombus or diamond, we can say. It is used for decision making steps, whether we have the and the decision comes from the question whether this is true or false. So a decision box always has two outputs, either whether the condition can be true. The output would depend if the condition is true or the condition can be false. So let us see take the examples for the flowcharts. We have a basic simple flowchart based on the addition of two numbers. Here we have written an algorithm as well as we have designed a flowchart. In algorithm, we have step 1 as input n1, step 2 as input n2. Now in step 3, sum is equals to n1 plus n2. That means now n1 and n2 are added, and the result is stored in sum. And finally, we would be printing the sum value. Here in flowchart, we have the first as a start button indicating the start of the flowchart. It's represented by oval box. Then we have read n1 and n2. We are taking the values of n1 and n2 from the user, so it would be in a parallelogram. In next step we have n1 plus n2, the sum of n1 plus n1 and n2 in the variable sum, and finally we would be printing the value sum. And here we are over with our work, then we would stop. So flowcharts are not very easy. Just you have to remember the symbols, what symbol is used for what purpose, and you should have the proper knowledge of how the flow is moving from top to bottom in a flowchart. Second example, here we would be determining if the number is even or odd. So first let us see the algorithm. We have input a number, and in step number 2 we have shown if the number is divisible by 2, then we have to print even, else we would be printing odd, and that's it. Stop. So in flowchart we have the start option, then we have input the number, whatever number we would be getting, we would be directing this number into a decision box. Here it is checked whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. If the number is divisible by 2, we would be moving towards the left hand side, wherein we have written yes. If the number is not even, then we would be moving to the left hand side. So if yes, display even number, if no, display odd number, and then finally our work is done. We would be closing our flowchart by the end symbol. This is the flowchart indicating the decisive structures, whether a particular thing would be true or the particular thing would be false. Then we have third example. Herein we are printing a series from 1 to 10. The algorithm would be like initialize a number to 1, repeat steps 3 and 4. Now what are these steps 3 and 4? We'll study, but here it is, until number less than equals to 10. That means that till the number is less than or equal to 10, we would be repeating steps 3 and 4. And what are the steps 3 and 4? We have to print the number, and we have number is equals to number plus 1. Every time the number is printed, the number is incremented by 1, and the number is checked whether the number is less than equals to 10 or not. If the number is greater than 10, then we'll stop. But if the number is less than equals to 10, we'll print the number. So here we have started. We have start, number is equals to 1. We have initialized the value of number, and now we have checked whether the number is less than equals to 10. Yes, it is. We'll print the number. That means 1 would be printed. Then we have number is equals to number plus 1. That means the value of number would be 2. And we'll again move to the decision box. Here again we would be checking whether the number is less than equals to 10. Again it is yes. Again the 2 steps would be repeated. So print number and number is equals to number plus 1 would be repeated 10 times, and we would be having the series from 1 to 10. As soon as the number 10 is printed, number is equals to number plus 1 would make the number as 11. Now when again it would move to the decision box. Now here value of number is 11. Number is less than equals to 10. Is it? No. Then we stop our algorithm flowchart. So this is a looping structure wherein we'll have to repeat certain steps to perform a particular task. So these are the 3 basic examples of flowchart. And once you start making these flowcharts, you'll come to know that these flowcharts are nothing but these are the diagrams that actually represent the flow and how you work upon these problem solving techniques. This is all about flowchart. Thank you and have a nice day.